It's not like your brain remembers things, but your fingers do, because you just see something and you just do it, you know? It's like walking. My name is Giovanni Contardi and I'm a Rubik's Cube artist, so I make artwork using hundreds of Rubik's Cubes. The first time I've learned how to solve it, I was able to do it in roughly 3 minutes, which is okay. At the top of my career, my speed cubing career, I was able to solve it on an average of 8 seconds. But now I'm a bit more focused on the artwork, so I kind of lost a little bit of touch, yeah. Pretty much everything started thanks to Instagram. For fun, while I was working as a coffee roaster in Australia, I started uploading my Rubik's Cube portraits online. Everything blew up on Instagram when I had some celebrities repost my work, and that of course gave me a boost, which is what you need on Instagram. Since then, it's when I decided that this hobby could become a job. So I momentarily left my job as a coffee roaster and now I'm just pursuing this career. And I want to take it as far as I can. What do I love about Rubik's Cube? I don't know, for me, it was a big help during my teenage years because I come from a 600 people hometown, which is tiny. So there wasn't much to do. And through Rubik's Cube, I found, how I was passionate about something. I never felt this passion for anything else. And I'm a very competitive person, and so the linking between something that I really like and going to competition, enabled me to go all around the world and meet new friends, and that's what I like about it. After that, I kind of had a moment where, okay, where am I going now with this Rubik's Cube? And so I started exploring the creative side of it, and that's when I started experimenting with art. So this was probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and it's when I started working on my design and see how can I just use 6 colors to create an artwork. My first full-size portrait was actually the Scream from Edvard Munch, and that was made with more than 900 Rubik's Cube, which is actually a higher number than what I use now. The first piece I ever sold, it was a Amy Winehouse portrait. So at the time, I didn't know about the logistic involved in it, so I pretty much didn't make any money out of it. And so it was around $5,000. But of course, I wasn't aware of everything that goes through into framing it and shipping it. But it was a good experience, and I actually went to Amsterdam to deliver it in person so that I could meet the first person who ever bought a portrait for me. That I always leave a little bit of a gap between the frame and the cubes. And this is to show that it's all made with real Rubik's Cubes, because if I inserted all the cubes inside the frame, most people will think that it's only 2 dimensions. And so this is what I like to do so that people can feel it, touch it, and understand the value of the piece. So far, these past 4 months, my business has been going very well, although I just started. I got a chance to do a couple of portraits for people as a Christmas presents and things like that. And especially now, I'm signed with this gallery in New York called Gallery 104. So I'm just preparing for a show. So the artwork that I sold for the biggest amount so far is a 700 Rubik's Cube piece for $29,000 US. Of course, the price might seem a bit high at the beginning, but the reason is that it's all real Rubik's Cube, it's a handmade frame, there is tons of hours of work, so I feel like it's a fair price considering all the amount of work behind it. From a concept to a framed piece, like you can see behind me, that's probably take at least 3 or 4 weeks. The reason behind it is that I normally work on my design, so on my image first of all, and I'll start from a photo and then maybe work up to 10, 12, 15 days on my project. After that, once I have my design ready, it's time to play with the Rubik's Cubes. And that takes me, realistically, only 2 hours. The reason for it is that I've been practicing for almost 10 years now. And so I got the chance to be very fast at creating a portrait. After that, to get to a framed piece, I would have to order a handmade wooden frame made from artisan, either here in New York or in Italy. And so the whole process I always takes months. So far, I've been purchasing all my Rubik's Cubes online in bulk so that I could save a little bit of money. But I've just become an official Rubik's Cube ambassador, so they're gonna help me supplying with what I need. So that will help me a lot. You can find a good quality cube like this one for around less than $5 a piece, so you can do the math depending on how much I use for each portrait. So most people think that I hate the green color because I almost never use it in my portraits. The reason for it is that the method that I found to create a design doesn't allow for the green color to match as well. So unless it's really, really needed, like on a Joker piece that I made in the past, then I'll try to avoid it. I don't hate green, it just doesn't work very well with my art.